Good morning, Mr. Reeves. My name's Josh and I'll be conducting a health check on your Audi A4 today. To begin with, round at the near side front of the vehicle, this tyre is on 3.8mm at the lowest point. We do have some wear slightly to the inner edge. Coming round into the brake pads on the front are on 6mm. The discs are in a relatively good condition. Suspension components and mounts on the near side front are all intact and operating as they should be. No excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts. Aftermarket CV boot there. Coming round and across the engine, slight bit of oil in certain places, however it does look like some has been spilt over the top, so I'm just going to get that cleaned off, and that's something that we can monitor. Round onto the offside front, everything's intact and operating as it should. There's no excessive movement in any of the bushes or the mounts. And coming over to the offside front tyre, now the offside front tyre is a little bit worse than the near side. We've actually got some wear on the outer and on the inner edge, but the tyre itself is getting quite low. We're down to 2.5mm on this inner ridge. I would advise tracking. However, I'd like to see 2 new tyres on the vehicle at the very least, on the fronts, before we do any kind of tracking, as always best to be tracked on the fresh tyres. Coming round onto the brake pads on the front are on 6mm. This is the offside front. The discs are slightly corroded, however, brake pads have got plenty left, so it's nothing to be concerned about just yet. Coming down the centre of the vehicle, the exhaust is nice and secure. Coming down towards the rear axle components such as springs, shock absorbers, bushes and mounts are all intact and operating as they should be, and that applies to both sides. Round onto the offside rear now. The offside rear tyre is wearing on the outer edge, so we've got both offside tyres are wearing quite excessively on the edges. The near side front is soon to follow, and the near side rear appears to be okay. But for the offside rear is at 3.6mm at the lowest point. So not quite ready for a new tyre yet, however still being affected by the wheel alignment. Round onto the offside rear tyre, offside rear brakes. Offside rear brakes are lipped and corroded, however the pads are on 8mm. Over to the near side rear. Near side rear is the best tyre out of the lot of them, measuring at the lowest point 5.2mm, so you won't need a tyre on this one. I'd probably leave the two on the back as the same and get 2 new tyres on the front. With this tyre measuring at 5.2 and coming round onto the brake pads on the rear, 8mm, disc is lipped and corroded. That concludes the vehicle health check. So there's a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about. The near side front tyre, measuring at 3.8mm, is wearing to the inner edge. The offside front tyre, wearing inner and outer more severely to the outer, measuring at 2.5mm at the lowest point. Would advise a tyre on that one at the very least before any kind of tracking can commence. But other than that, brakes and suspension, chassis, all fine. I'll pass all the information I found onto the service advisor and he'll be in touch. Thank you very much and have a nice day.